Today we're going to do a scholastic news about apples, and it's called Apple Science. First, we're going to watch some videos about apples.
What's round, juicy, crunchy, and grows on trees? Apples. You probably know a lot about apples. After all, you have probably drunk apple juice and eaten lots of food made with apples. Applesauce, apple muffins, apple pie, maybe even apple cider donuts. Yum. But there may be a few facts about this fall fruit that you don't know. For example, apple seeds are called pips. Apple trees can grow from the seeds. In the spring, pink and white apple blossoms bloom on the trees. Over the summer, the petals fall off the blossoms. The bottom of the blossom swells and gets bigger. It is now a small young apple called a fruitlet. The fruitlet grows bigger. By the fall, it has become a ripe apple. Time to pick the apple and eat it. You know that apples can be red, green, or yellow. But did you know that some apples are pinkish, like the pink lady apple? Or orangish, like the orange sweet apple? In fact, there are about 7,500 kinds of apples in the world. It might be fun to try all of them. Each variety, or type of apple, has its own taste. Some apples are super sweet, some are tart, and others are a little sour. Most apples can fit into your hand, but one of the biggest apples ever grown took 2 hands to hold. It weighed about 4 pounds. That's about as much as 12 regular apples. One of the largest apple pies ever was made in Michigan. It weighed nearly 6,000 pounds. That's as heavy as some trucks. It was so big that it took 36 hours to make. You may know that you can visit apple orchards in many states. The states in our country that grow the most apples are Washington, New York, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and California. No matter what state they are grown in, they are ripe and ready to eat in late summer and autumn. A-P-P-L-E-S, apples. So let's get picking.
What is your favorite color apple? How does it taste? Talk about it. See you soon.
Let's read our scholastic news. You can follow along with me with the scholastic news at your table. Let's go to the front cover. Apple Science. How big is an apple? How much does one weigh? What else can we ask about apples today? Think of how you could find out the answers to the questions on pages 2 and 3. I'm going to read the heading. Be an apple scientist. Scientists ask questions. What questions can we ask about apples? Do apples float in water? Yes, apples float in water. All apples float. Red ones float, green ones float, yellow ones float too. Do animals eat apples? Yes, some animals eat apples. Pigs eat apples, deer eat apples, squirrels eat apples too. Do all apples taste the same? Nope. All apples do not taste the same. Some apples are sweet. Some apples are tart. All apples are crunchy. Let's investigate apples. Number 1, ask a question. What happens to apple slices over time? Number 2, do an experiment. Leave the slices out all night. Number 3, answer the question. The apple slices turned brown. Number 4, observe and record. Write and draw what you saw. Observe means to look, and record means to draw the things that you saw. This graph shows some science tools in one class. The students use them to learn about apples. Let's see, there are 4 magnifying glass, 4 hand lens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rulers, and 1, 2 scales. The class has only 4 of which tool? Well, let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hand lens. Number 2. The class has 5 of which tool? I want you to figure out which tool is 5. Good, if you said the ruler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're right. Number 3, the class has only 2 of which tool? I will give you some time to find the tool that has 2. Good, the scale. And the bonus question says, this class has the fewest of which tool? And the answer is scale. There are only 2 scales. And 2 is less than 5 and less than 4. Now you can get out your comprehension page. And I'm going to read these questions to you. And today you are going to answer them by yourself. Remember, if you need to go back and watch the video again to help you answer the questions, you can do that. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to read the questions to you. Pause the video if you need to answer the questions. Number 1, do apples float in water? You'll write yes or no on the line. Number 2, draw the 3 animals that eat apples. If you need to pause the video here to draw the 3 animals from the Scholastic News, you can do that. Number 3, apples taste blank, blank, and blank. Make sure that you go back in the story and see if you can find the answers. Number 4, what happens to apple slices if you leave them out overnight? Color them to show. Remember the green box where we are investigating the apple slices? You can look there to help you find the answer to this question. Number 5, a headline is big and bold. It is at the top of page 2 and 3. What is it? On this line, I want you to write the headline that you see in the Scholastic News. Number 6, look at the red box. What 3 colors of apples does it say floats? Color the apples the 3 colors. Remember, if you need to pause your video to go back and check into color, you may do that. And the last one is a diagram of an apple that has been labeled. I'm going to read the directions for you, and then you can do some coloring. Number 1, color the skin red. Well, I can see that my paper has been labeled, and the skin is on the outside of the apple. I'm going to start the skin, and you color the rest. You need to go all the way around the edge of the apple to color all of the skin. Number 2, color the leaf green. I can see the leaf is labeled. Okay. Number 3, color the seeds and stem brown. So you're going to need to do the seeds in the middle, the pips. and the stem. And the last question, number 4, says color the flesh yellow. So the flesh is all of the inside part of the apple. Make sure that when you're coloring the flesh of the apple that you're not getting any yellow onto the skin or onto the seeds. Okay, I want you to finish this up on your own, and I can't wait to see the work that you do. Good job.